What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me.
The weight difference, with me witnessing like smaller guys really just like do damage to bigger guys, it's like, that kind of really don't matter in a
Pound for pound, who I consider the best fighter in the world between him and Inoue, he's just a remarkable fighter.
Terence Crawford recently responded to training footage of Canelo Alvarez and Jaron Ennis. Crawford said Canelo will need to push himself harder than ever because he's about to face the best fighter in the world. He pointed out that his own mix of skill, power, and ability to adapt in the ring makes him a challenge unlike anyone Canelo has fought before. The video showed Canelo focusing on speed and intensity, which Crawford took as a sign that Alvarez understands the serious test ahead. For Crawford, that only confirms how dangerous he is, since even Canelo knows he must prepare at the highest level to meet the challenge.
What is there to talk about? You fighting the best fighter in the world. You better be taking it serious. That goes to show, how serious he's taking me and how much he respects me. Because, if I haven't fought anyone, if I was too small, if I was, all these things that all the media say I was, then he wouldn't need these guys to help prepare him to fight me. He wouldn't, need all the help that, he's getting. But I'm happy that he's getting the help that he needs because, after, September 13th, there'll be no excuses.
Recent training footage shows Canelo Alvarez putting extra focus on speed drills rather than just relying on his trademark power punches. Many believe this adjustment is aimed at preparing for Terence Crawford, who is known for his quickness and ability to adapt during a fight. Observers also noticed that Canelo appears leaner than usual, which has fueled debate about whether he's trimming down to better match Crawford's pace. In some clips, Canelo even looks smaller than Crawford, a surprising sight given that he's usually the naturally bigger man. This shift raises important questions. Will prioritizing speed reduce the physical advantages that have defined Canelo's career, or will it give him the perfect balance to handle Crawford's rhythm and style?
Recent footage shared online, Canelo Alvarez definitely looks less bulkier and even somewhat smaller in comparison to Terence Crawford. Several people on multiple boxing community forums have noted that unlike Terence Crawford, who seems to be more focused with enhancing his power in order to shake Canelo's already proven and tested chin, Canelo's priority is more on refining his speed in order to swiftly deliver his already powerful punches, with both men pretty much basically having the exact opposite approach. Now, it'll be interesting to see the return of Slick Nello, a version of Canelo Alvarez who we haven't seen in a while. As for Terence Crawford, the question is, will he be able to bring his speed, agility, endurance, and stamina from 147 to 168, or will he end up like Trunks during the Cell game?
At the press conference, Canelo Alvarez spoke with absolute confidence about his upcoming fight with Terence Crawford. He brushed aside the idea that Crawford is a special kind of challenge, pointing out that every opponent before him thought the same, and all came up short. Canelo called this matchup one of the biggest in boxing history and promised that his victory would be remembered long after the fight. His words, tone, and body language all made one thing clear: he sees himself as the man who performs best under pressure and on the biggest stage.
Me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey is in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
you know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We're gonna see.
Many experts point out that Terence Crawford has already shown he can beat bigger men. Throughout his career, he has moved up in weight and faced opponents with clear advantages in size, reach, and strength. Still, he found ways to win. Those victories not only boosted his record but also proved that his skills often cancel out size differences. Because of this, many fans and analysts push back on the idea that Canelo Alvarez's size alone will decide the fight. Crawford is not just about speed or power. His greatest strengths are his sharp tactics, adaptability, and ability to adjust mid-fight. His high ring IQ allows him to read opponents quickly and switch strategies as needed, something that has carried him through tough battles. That's why many believe Crawford's versatility could offset Canelo's natural size and strength. History has shown that smaller fighters can beat larger ones when skill is on their side, and Crawford's camp is confident he can do the same.
So like, groups that's a lower weight, and it, like a lot of times weight don't really matter, because I've seen him smash guys that are just like way bigger than him. So I'm looking at it in a sense of, I think Crawford can handle the weight difference, and he could bring the elusiveness of a lower. I mean, Canelo lower too, but Canelo fight more like a bully in a sense. He's lower too. He's good too, but he just fight more like he fight more with like more strength, overpowering. He has great technique. He's great, but I'm just looking at the athleticism and the will that Crawford always had and always brought. And I'm just thinking of that just transforming into like this weight difference. The weight difference is the only thing that we could pretty much, argue about. But I think with the weight difference, with me witnessing like smaller guys really just like do damage to bigger guys, it's like, that kind of really don't matter in a sense. It's as long as you're good on your game, good on your feet, and you can duck and block some punches.
What's the outcome?
I think the outcome, and nobody's gonna get stopped. Nobody's gonna get stopped.
Because I'm hearing that this person gonna get stopped, that person gonna get stopped.
No, nobody's gonna get stopped. I think it's gonna be a good fight, good show. I think we'll see more. I think we'll be entertained more than disappointed for sure. When it comes to like skill for skill, going back and forth with certain things. I don't think we would necessarily see too much of a strong fight, because Canelo could pretty much he could hold his ground and not necessarily get out of conduct. Both of them can. They both are professional. Two of the greatest of this era.
Trainer Manny Robles shared his thoughts, noting that Canelo Alvarez doesn't look as physically imposing in this build-up as he often does. Robles made it clear that Terence Crawford is, in his view, the best fighter in the world right now. He praised Crawford's counterpunching, timing, and balance, skills that separate him from most opponents. Robles stressed that Crawford isn't just a talented boxer, he's the complete package, capable of adjusting to any style put in front of him. By calling him dangerous, Robles sent a clear message: Canelo will need much more than size or confidence to overcome a fighter as sharp and adaptable as Crawford.
Highly anticipated, that Canelo versus Crawford fight.
Man, that's a great fight, but you're only as good as your last fight. And so we all know that Canelo didn't look too hot in his last fight, and obviously the opponent didn't help very much. He's a big guy, super middleweight, strong, solid. He's fought everybody there is to fight, with the exception of Benavidez, of course. But then you have Crawford, man, pound for pound, who I consider the best fighter in the world between him and Inoue. He's just a remarkable fighter, man. He's got the total package. He can switch from conventional to southpaw. Nobody does it better. Great counter puncher, great boxer, great ring generalship. He can fight if he chooses to. So it'd be dangerous to sit there and fight someone like Canelo, but it's just, I don't know, man. That's a toss-up. That's a 50-50 fight.
Do you see that 50-50?
Yeah, it's a 50-50.
Former champion Shane Mosley shared a more cautious take on the Canelo versus Crawford matchup. While he praised Crawford's talent, Mosley pointed out that the size difference could still be too much to overlook. He explained that Canelo's natural weight and strength might allow him to wear Crawford down, especially in close-range exchanges. Mosley's comments reflect a traditional boxing view, that when two fighters are both highly skilled, the naturally bigger and stronger man usually has the edge. His perspective adds to the uncertainty surrounding this fight and shows why even seasoned experts remain divided on how it will play out.
Versus Crawford coming up very soon. Who do you got for that one? How do you see it going?
It's going to be a great fight in the beginning, because Crawford is a great fighter as well. I think that the size difference is going to be too much for Crawford. I think that once they start mingling and battling, I think that Canelo might be able to get Crawford. But anything can happen. I mean, Crawford can catch him on chin too. I mean, it's not like it's a for sure thing. It just seems that Canelo has speed and his power at that weight, you know, so it's gonna be hard for Crawford to do anything.
Better defense between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. People are giving Crawford the edge in skill across the board. But does Canelo, who some say doesn't just have the typical Mexican style, does Canelo have a few sprinkles and a few twists of being the quote-unquote slick black fighter, especially on defense? If they get in the pocket, if they sit in the pocket like some lint in this fight, will Bud's defense, which is generally slight movements and picking off punches, be able to absorb it and keep himself out of danger? Or will Canelo's high caliber waist and head movement, just a couple degrees of movement being able to avoid punches, will that be able to keep him out of danger and set him up for vicious counters? Both men are genius Mensa level counter punchers, but whose defense between the two of them do you think is better?